Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Chidarpanam Jai Gurudev. Let's chant chapter 8. We'll chant first 22 shlokas. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Ashtamodhyaya. Arjuna Uvacha. Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam kim karma purushottama adi bhutam cha kim proktam adi daivam kim uchyate adi yajna katham kotra dehesmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katham gyeyosi niyatatmabhi. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Svabhavodhyatmam Uchyate Bhuta Bhavodbhava Karo Visarga Karma Sanghitaha Adi Bhutam Ksharo Bhava Purushashchadi Daivatam Adi Yagnyohame Vatra Dehe Deha Britamvara Antakale cha mameva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram Ya Prayati Samadbhavam Yati Nastyatra Sanshayah Yam Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam Tyajatyante Kalevaram Tam tamevaiti kaunteya Sata tadbhava bhavitaha Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu Mamanusmara yudhyacha Mayyarpita mano buddhir Mame vaishyasya sanshayam Abhyasa yoga yuktena Chetasananyagamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati Parthanuchintayan Kavim Purana Manushasitaram अनोरणीयां समनुस्मरेद्य सर्वस्य दातारमचिन्त्य रूपम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् प्रयाणकाले मनसाचलेन भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक् स तं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम् यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति विशन्ति अद्यतयो वीतरागा यदि छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य मनोहृदि निरुध्य च मूर्ध्याधायात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणाम् ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् मामनुस्मरन् यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं स याति परमां गतिम् अनन्यचेता सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयम् अशाश्वतम् नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गताः आब्रह्म भुवनालोका पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते सहस्रयुगपर्यन्तम् अहर्यद्ब्रह्मणो विदुः रात्रिं युगसहस्रान्तं ते होरात्रविदो जनाः अव्यक्ताद्वक्तयः सर्वा प्रभवन्त्यहरागमे रात्र्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्रैवाव्यक्तसंज्ञके भूतग्राम स एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्र्यागमे वश पार्थ प्रभवत्यहरागमे परस्तस्मात्तु भावोऽन्यो व्यक्तो व्यक्तात् सनातनः यः स सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति अव्यक्तोऽक्षर इत्युक्तः तमाहु परमां गतिम् यं प्राप्य न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम पुरुष स परपार्थ भक्त्या लभ्यस्त्वनन्यया यस्यान्तस्थानि भूतानि येन सर्वमिदं ततम्. Om Tat Sat. Welcome to everyone at the center as well as on Zoom. We are on Adhyay 8 of the Bhagawad Gita, and the chapter's name is Akshar Brahma Yoga. Akshar meaning imperishable, that imperishable goal which we want to reach. We already have done up to Shlok 17 last time, and we have to go ahead now with 18. Very nice short shlokas, but very useful to remind us of what is our goal and how we need to reach there. I will take 18 and 19 together because it kind of is similar. So let's read the English translation of 18 and 19 together. All embodied beings emanate from the unmanifest, that is Brahma's subtle body, at the coming of the cosmic day. At the cosmic nightfall, they merge into the same subtle body of Brahma known as the unmanifest. Arjun, this multitude of beings, being born again and again, is dissolved under compulsion of its nature at the coming of the cosmic night and rises again at the commencement of the cosmic day. A little bit of this we already broached last time. So this is a bit of a revision. Again, it's important because for the next few verses, it will be required to have this clearly in our mind. So let's take the meanings first. Aharagame, at the coming of the cosmic day. Sarva, you know, all. Vyaktavya, Vyaktavya, Vyaktaya, embodied beings. Prabhavanti, emerge, emanate, come out, manifest. Avyaktat, from the unmanifest. All beings get manifested, they come out from the unmanifest when at the time of the cosmic day, when the cosmic day starts. Then Bhagavan says, Ratriagame, at the time of cosmic nightfall, Praliyate, they merge, Tatraiva, into that itself. From where they came, they merge back. Avyakta Sangyake, which is known as the unmanifest. At the time when cosmic day starts, they emerge from unmanifest, and when cosmic night starts, they merge back into the unmanifest. Simple. This is Shlok 18. Then 19. I'll give the meanings first. Sa eva, this very, Bhutagrama, multitude of beings. Bhutva, Bhutva, Praliyate, being born again and again, being manifest again and again. Ratriagame is dissolved at the coming of the night, cosmic night. You can see that it is almost a repetition of the earlier shloka. Bhavatya haragame, again rises at the time of cosmic day. Avasha, under the compulsion of nature, under the compulsion of its nature. So you see the two shlokas are almost similar, so I'm taking them together, and also a little bit repeating of last shloka. So let's recap. We said that time is measured according to 4 yugas. All the 4 yugas put together makes one Mahayug. This one Mahayug, meaning all 4 yugas together, is 4,320,000 years on earth. This is how many Mahayugas?
One.
One. Now 1,000 such Mahayugas is equal to 1 day of Brahmadev. And day meaning just the 12 hours of the daytime. This is equal to 4.32 billion years. That is the daytime of Brahma. This is also called one kalpa. So if 1,000 Mahayugas make the day, one day, then another 1,000 Mahayugas will make Brahmadev's night. So each is 4.32 billion, night is also 4.32 billion. So 24 hours, if you say, of Brahmadev is 8.64 billion years on earth. On earth. Brahmadev's lifespan is supposed to be 100 years. 100 years. 100 celestial years, not earth years. 100 celestial years. So on earth, how much that is? 311.04 trillion years. And this is called one Mahakalp. So, as this shloka says, when Brahmadev's daytime starts, all beings come into manifestation, Srishti begins. At the time of Brahmadev waking up, Srishti begins. The whole universe comes into manifestation. And at the time when Brahmadev goes to sleep, the whole Srishti gets dissolved into an unmanifest state. So manifest means vyakta and amanifest is avyakta, unmanifest. Now at every night time, when the universe goes into avyakta, unmanifest, we call it pralay. At this time, Panchabhuts do not get dissolved. But after 100 years, at the time of Mahakalp, that time even the Panchabhutas get dissolved and even Brahmadev himself merges into the Absolute. Now why I have given this little bit of recap is because in this shloka, we are not talking about that 100 years ke baad ka pralay. We are talking about every night of Brahmadev, that pralay. So how to understand this? We can understand this by our own experience. Every night what happens? We go into deep sleep. At that time, what has happened to our thoughts? What has happened to our feelings, our emotions, our karmas, our sanskars? Where are they? They have also become unmanifest. We are not aware of them. So we can say they have gone into an unmanifested state. Along with that, even the outside world no longer exists for us. So everything in our own night time, everything has gone merged into the avyakt, unmanifest. Our sense of I also has gone. Our faculties have also gone. Along with that, whatever we have perceived in the world, all the Vishayas, the entire universe has become unmanifest for us, right? Now think about it. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you are aware of is what? I. Till I is there, nothing else can be there. So as soon as you wake up, your I reappears. Along with the I, everything else also reappears. Till I reappears, nothing else can reappear. Along with that, all our karmas, all our sanskars, all our thoughts, all our feelings, all our emotions, जैसे सो गए थे, वैसे उठ जाएंगे. Exactly. As we have gone to sleep, we will wake up in the morning. Whatever we knew the previous day, we will know. We will not have to study again. We know exactly how to brush our teeth. We have not forgotten anything. We know our chores, we know our job, we know what we studied, we know our work. Everything comes back intact, same. Even though everything had disappeared at the time of going to sleep. So nothing really changes. Everyone who went to sleep at night, all those people will wake up in the morning. All the multitude of people who went to sleep, or every multitude of people will wake up. Now let's put that on a universal scale. Universal scale. What Bhagavan says, Ratrya game praliyante tatraiva vyakta sangyake. At the time of cosmic nightfall, universal level, what will be cosmic nightfall? Brahmadev is going to have his night time. They merge. They meaning what? All beings, everything, the entire universe merges into the same subtle body of Brahma known as unmanifest. So, at the time, 12 hours of Srishti is over in celestial years, night time is starting, all beings will withdraw into Brahmadev, which we will call Pralay. And in what state will we merge back in along with our sanskars, along with our knowledge, along with our karmas, along with our emotions, whatever, in whatever condition we were, in that condition we will merge. With all our sanchit karmas which we have collected earlier. In that condition, just like we go to sleep every night, the entire cosmos goes to sleep every night at the time of Brahmadev's night. It's like a state of hibernation. And then avyakta vyaktaya sarva prabhavantya haragame. At the time of cosmic day, when Brahmadev awakens, everything manifests again. Srishti begins again. You know, there is Srishti, creation or manifestation. Sthiti, maintaining during the time of cosmic day. And Pralay, time of night. These are the three states. So immediately the sun appears, the moon appears, plants begin to sprout, people are there, everything material, all matter comes out of its potential seed form. And they will get a new body, new gross body. On what basis? On the basis of their ripened prarabdha. So, you may have gone to sleep in Pralay in a form of an animal, but your ripened prarabdha was there, you now got a human body, or vice versa. So when you become manifest, we call that vyakta Vyakta avastha. Vyakta, manifest, visible, perceivable, seeable. And what you were in Pralay? Avyakt avastha. So with this new prarabdha and this new form, physical form, they will continue. Same karmas will continue, same sanskars will continue, same gunas will continue, same emotions will continue. Only thing changed is outside form. And bhutva bhutva praliyate. Again and again we are going through this avyakt vyakt, avyakt vyakt, avyakt vyakt. Understand? For how many trillions of years, how many billions of years are we doing this again and again? So they say that there are 84 lakh species, 84 lakh yoni we say. So we have gone through all kinds of forms, sometimes an insect, sometimes a bird, sometimes a fish maybe, sometimes an animal. Now we have got human form. This is supposed to be the highest manifestation possible. For what reason? Because our ripened prarabdha has given us this human form. And in this human form, what is the biggest benefit of this? In this human form, only way to finish the karma. Only in human form you can exhaust your karma. You cannot exhaust it in any other form. Why? Because only humans have been given the gift of vivek, buddhi, understanding, discernment. And we are supposed to use that for our own upliftment. Animals do not have this faculty. Birds, fish, insects, none of them have this faculty. Only humans have. So when we have got this faculty and we don't use it, then we are no different from any other yoni ka form. That is the only difference. So Bhagavan says that again and again we have to come. So do we have a say in which yoni we will come? No. Do we have a say whether we should come or should not come? No. Bhagavan says this is avasha, not in our control. So in whose control is it? Our own nature, our own swabhav, our own temperament. How we have taken our prakriti and made it sanskriti, or our prakriti has become vikruti. That is in our hands. And there is no grey area in this matter. Even Ishwar cannot have any veto say. As you are, that way you will come, according to your own nature. Your own nature will dictate whether you come or you don't come, and if you come, in which yoni you have earned, in which yoni you have earned to come. So this is not in our control. And when we'll come here, once again, bhutva bhutva praliyate, again and again, same sorrows, same anxieties, same struggles, same strife, same klesha, every time, lifetime after lifetime, we are going through this. Now, Kali Yuga, obviously the sufferings are going to be much higher than they were in the earlier yugas. And what is happening? Such a sad thing is happening is that people can no longer bear their suffering. People can no longer tolerate it. It becomes too much for them. And that is how we see so many unfortunate suicides. So when a person commits suicide, they feel that they are putting an end to their sorrow. But Shastras tell us, death is not an end to your sorrow. Isn't it? Even pralay is not an end to your sorrow. Because even after pralay, when you will re-manifest, you will again re-manifest with the same baggage that you went. Therefore, we are just prolonging our suffering, prolonging for billions of years in the suicide thing. So, Brahmadev says, I am re-manifesting you. You are now a human being. Take this opportunity. Do not waste this opportunity. You have to come out of this endless, and it is endless. Because even after Mahakalpa, new Brahmadev will come and the Srishti will keep going on. According to our Shastras, timeline is not linear. It is circular like that. It continues, it never ends. It never ends unless you end it. Not by suicide, but by coming out of this circle of repeated life and repeated death. What will you have to do for that? What will you have to do? What has to happen for you to get extracted from this repeated birth and death? You have to destroy your ignorance. Ignorance of who you are. You have to destroy that ignorance. So till that ignorance remains, you will keep re-manifesting. Till that ignorance remains, you will have to keep re-manifesting. So that is why, knowing this, we have to apply whatever we have learnt. So let's quickly recap. In short, what steps will we take to come out of this chakkar, repeated circle of birth and death? What is the first thing you would have to do?
Purification of the
First thing you would have to do is purification, and nobody likes that. Because it means changing all the things that you are currently comfortable with and making yourself think higher, live higher, act higher, believe higher. Just raising your level of living and raising your level of thinking. That will allow you to do what?
understand this knowledge.
So in purification, what will you have to do?
Get rid of the tamas and avguns, rajas.
Through what?
Intellect.
Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Both these are the purification process. In short, we are doing. Each point we can talk for 10 hours. But we are giving the bullet points. Purification, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Then you will understand. But before you understand, also something is required. What will that be?
Surrender.
Surrender तो बहुत बाद में आएगा. हाँ. So sadhana chatushtai required. Till then, sadhana chatushtai you can see is qualification for Gyan Yoga. So once you are purified with Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, then only the Gyan Yoga part will have some value for you. Till then, it will be just information. So, sadhana chatushtai, 4 qualifications. What are they? Vivek. When Vivek comes, then the understanding will come. With the understanding, vairagya of what is not in my highest good will happen. For that, you will need some tools. So then your Shat Sampatti will come in. And finally, you have to have single pointed yearning for God. Mumukshutva. And through all this, the sadhanas will continue. Sadhanas cannot stop. And that sadhanas we can put into 3 groups: Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. So this is your preparation for the exam. How will I know I have passed the exam? Don't say aparokshanubhuti. Before that, how do see? Aparokshanubhuti, you got the result of the exam. But before you got the result of the exam, you have to go to the exam hall, prepared. So how will you know you are prepared for the exam?
When you're in the outer world, you are less disturbed and you can sit
That is very,
equanimous.
some more preparation will be required after that.
Become sattvic.
More preparation. When you can remain established in the self with a single pointed goal. You may not get disturbed by this, disturbed by that, but you may still not be established in the self. So you have to be established in the self that nothing else I want. This is the only thing I want. Truly. Then know that you are ready for the exam. And then there will be so many disturbances happening. If you pass that exam, if you are able to stay centered, if you are able to stay established in the self, then you will pass, and therefore you will not need to come back into the cycle of life and death. Does it make sense? Yeah? Because what is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to merge with Brahma. Merge with Brahma means be Brahma. Be Brahma is not getting disturbed by anything. Brahma is established in Brahma, not doing anything else. You want to do that. You want to be that. Therefore, you have to learn to be that. Now we are fragmented. Sometimes we are like that. Other times we are not like that. Sometimes we are within, sometimes we are without. Again, you can evaluate how much of the day you are within and how much of the day you are without. And being within also is not a criteria, because being within also you could be disturbed within. So being completely in the self, Ramanta in the self, content in the self, totally one with the self, that's what we want. Okay, so we know now Vyakta means what is manifest, what we can see during Srishti. Avyakta is at the cosmic nightfall when everything goes into dissolved state. Now, Bhagwan is giving us one more thing to think of in the next shlok. Let's go to 20. Let's read it. Maybe we can read it. Parastasmat tu bhavonyo vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha yasa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu na vinashyati. Read with me. Far beyond even this unmanifest, there is yet another unmanifest existence. That supreme divine person who does not perish even though all beings perish. So now we are coming to the topic of this Adhyay. What is that? Akshara Brahma. Take the meanings. Tasmat, meaning far beyond even this. Avyaktat, unmanifest. Then take the word anya, different. para, superior. Avyakt, unmanifest. Sanatana, eternal. Bhava, reality. So up to here, far beyond even this unmanifest. Which unmanifest? Which we have been talking about up till now. There is a, it's not written there is a, but that is to be understood. There is a different, superior, unmanifest, eternal reality. Then goes on, Sarveshu Bhuteshu, all beings, Nashyatsu, perish. Tu, but. Sir, that reality, Yah meaning who is eternal, as we have spoken earlier. Na vinashyati, does not perish. So, far beyond this unmanifest. And the next part he comes, there is that, beyond this unmanifest, there is that unmanifest. So now we are talking about two unmanifest. Okay? So this unmanifest is the Pralay one, which is in Brahmadev's night time. That is called also universal subtle body. We have individual subtle body, and then there's a cosmic universal subtle body, and it is the same as what we sometimes refer to as Hiranya Garbha. So beyond this level of Hiranya Garbha, now also it's a very high state. It has been given the function of entire creation of this universe and dissolving also of the universe. But beyond that also, there is one more unmanifest. So what can be greater than such a gigantic universal being? There has to be something that supports that state. So the substratum even of that Hiranya Garbha, of universal subtle body, is the reality that we are talking about, which is at a higher level, which is also avyakt or unmanifest. And the word used for that level of unmanifest is the word bhava, reality. And what are the words used to describe this ultimate reality? Anya, different. Why different? Don't mistake it for the Hiranya Garbha avyakt. It's different from that. And we'll come to see what makes it different. It is para, superior. And it is sanatana, eternal. Eternal means what? Always exists. What is existing now? What has always existed? And what will always exist? And that we call Sat. And that is the only truth. So this bhava, this reality is the only truth, sat. It is existence itself. When everything will die, this will remain. This will not die. When 100 years of Brahmadev also go, this sat will remain. 100 and million Brahmadevs come and go, this sat will remain. Sanatana, eternal. It is the substratum of all manifestations. And it supports आना है तो आओ, जाना है तो जाओ. It supports all comings and it supports all goings. Supports all manifestations, supports all dissolutions. Everything. Therefore, we call it independent reality. All other manifestations are dependent on this reality. You remember we did that experiment with the light. If there is no support, we do not see the light. Remember that? So this is the only truth. So it is of the nature of existence itself, and it is of the nature of awareness itself. Chit. Sat, Chit. And because it is superior, beyond everything, he calls it para, superior, beyond, even beyond gunas, beyond maya, beyond gunas. Even beyond the three avasthas. Because when we have a waking, sleeping, dreaming, Brahmadev also has waking and dreaming and sleeping. But this has beyond that, Turiya. Turiya avastha. So if we want to, just for the sake of differentiating, we can say one is avyakta avastha and the other we can say, because that is also avyakt, we'll call it Chaitanya. Chaitanya, that. So, avyakt avastha during pralay, right? And Chaitanya, eternal. Pralay, srishti, sthiti, whatever. Million pralays and million srishtis and million sthitis, eternal. Avyakt avastha, dependent reality. Chaitanya, independent reality. Substratum. So even though everything will perish, yasa sarveshu bhuteshu, even though everything will perish, nashyatsu na vinashyati. Although everything will get destroyed, na vinashyati, this reality never gets destroyed. So now we have to think of matter which is vyakta, visible, manifested, avyakta during pralay, and Chaitanya. So now we are aware of, earlier two states we were aware of, vyakta, avyakta. Now Bhagavan is introducing us, neither vyakta we want, nor avyakta we want that avyakta, which is Chaitanya. That is what he is leading us to that point. And that is the topic actually of this entire Adhyay. So now Bhagavan is going to introduce us to our goal, the goal of human birth. And for that I want to take again 21 and 22 together, because it follows. We will definitely read it because it's beautiful. Let's read both and then we'll read the English also of both, okay? Avyaktoksara ityukta tamahu paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante taddhama paramam mama purusha sa parapartha bhaktya labhyastvananyaya yasyanta sthani bhutani yena sarvamidam tatam. Beautiful. Let's read. The same unmanifest which has been spoken of as the imperishable is also called the supreme goal. That again is my supreme abode, attaining which they return not to this mortal world. Arjun, that eternal, unmanifest, supreme Purush, in whom all beings reside and by whom all this is pervaded, is attainable only through exclusive devotion. Now we have to be very careful how to understand these two shlokas. First, take the meanings. Ukta, spoken of. Ukta, spoken of. Meaning that which has been spoken of, that which we just spoke about. Iti, as. Avyakta, unmanifest. That which we spoke of just now as unmanifest, and akshara, imperishable. Ahu, they. So this one word ahu can mean they call, the Shastras call, the Shastras name as. They call tam, him, they call that reality paramam gatim, supreme goal. Let me rephrase it for you. That which we spoke of just now as the unmanifest and imperishable reality, that the Shastras say is our supreme goal. Prapya, reaching, yam, which, na nivartante, you do not return. Reaching that goal, you do not return. Tat, that, mama, my, paramam, supreme, dham, abode, resting place. That is my supreme resting place. So, that para, supreme, Purush, higher self, labhya, is attained. The supreme goal you want to attain. How are you going to attain it? Ananya, exclusive, through exclusive bhaktya, devotion. And who is this Purush that we want to reach? It says, Yasya, in whom Antasthani, all beings reside. In whom all beings reside. And what else? Yena, by whom? Sarvam, all. Idam, these beings, all beings, this universe, idam, this, tatam, is pervaded. Okay, long list of words, but very important to understand because we are talking about our goal. That is the most important thing in our life, for which we have been given human birth. What is that goal? Self-realization. As we said right now, we will reach that by destroying ignorance. How will we destroy? What is the opposite of ignorance? Knowledge. So ignorance can only be destroyed by knowledge, not by bhakti, not by karma yoga. So, but Bhagavan says only by devotion. So this has to be understood. So what we have to understand is knowledge is the only thing that can destroy ignorance. And this knowledge also, what is this knowledge? This knowledge is what? 5 things if you remember, then you'll know what is the knowledge you have to get. What is that? All matter, whatever you can perceive by your 5 sense organs, through your mind, through your intellect, through any equipment in your vasha, in your control, all this is dependent reality. In other words, all this is mithya. All this is an illusion. So this is the first thing that has to be understood. Jagat mithya. That is Jagat mithya. That is the first thing you have to understand. Then, if Jagat is mithya, what is the reality? Brahma is the only reality. Second point, you have to understand. Jagat mithya, Brahma satya. Then, okay, I understood that is universe and that is truth and that is mithya. This body is not my true identity. That has to be understood. That is coming out of Deha Nishtha. It has to be understood, this body is not my true reality, not my true identity. If this is not my true identity, then what is my true identity? My true identity is Atma. So our Mahavakyas tell us that Tattvamasi, you are that. Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. And finally, one more point has to be reached. Not only I am that, not only you are that, but this Atma or Atma is no different from Brahma. Jivo Brahmaiva na para. So when we say knowledge is required, this is the knowledge that has to be understood. Not the Sanskrit translations of the texts. Not what this text says and that text says. All texts are saying this only in different ways. So the sar, the essence that you have to understand is just these 5 things. This you understood means you have got it. That's it. Don't have to learn 155,000 other things. So first this knowledge will come theoretically to you. First though you will not understand anything. What is she talking about? How can it be possible? Then at least theoretically you have understood. Yeah, it makes sense because Vedanta is logical. Vedanta is very logical. They are not asking you to take any leaps of faith. Logically, they will tell you why it, and we have been doing all that. Atma Bodh, Tattva Bodh, everything. When you'll have this theoretical knowledge and you'll start applying it in your day-to-day life, little by little, then it will become your own truth. Example, there is one sadhana, creating the gap. Okay, I understood it theoretically. I should not react, I should not respond, this. But have I tried it out? When the situation arose, did I create the gap? If I created the gap, and after a lot of practice of creating the gap, I found, oh, I got peace from this, then it became my truth. Till then, it is theory. Till then, it is data. Till then, it is information. So like this, all these 5 points, slowly, you have to experiment. You have to experiment with it. You have to put it in your life. Shreya, Priya. Oh yeah, I know. Buddhi is there and Vivek is there, and you have to choose Shreya. You don't have to choose Priya. And when the situation comes to choose, what are you choosing? That should become your truth, not bookish knowledge. So when these 5 points become your truth, you will get aparoksh anubhuti. Direct experience of this knowledge. Direct experience of who am I. Then what will happen? You will become free of what? Rag, dvesh, vasna, karma, everything. Sanchit karma, finished, bank balance full, khali. Only prarabdha will continue. Prarabdha will continue. At that stage, you will be considered Jivan Mukta. In this lifetime, still in the body, you have been liberated. Now you have to only wait till your prarabdha finishes, physical body will drop, you will merge with Brahma, you will be called Videha Mukta. Then what will happen? Yam prapya, having attained this, na nivartante. You do not have to return to the cycle of birth and death. But where is devotion in this? You can only get it through Ananya Bhaktya. This is the devotion of the Jnani. What is the devotion of the Jnani? Devoted to Atma. Devoted to Atma. Devoted to the higher self. Devoted to that. That Ananya. No other. No other. I am established in the self. Where is this Purusha and all that Bhagavan is talking about? So there is a second scenario. This is the supreme goal. But ye nahi hua. So there is, don't worry, there is still another way of not returning back to the cycle of birth and death. What is that second option? Bhagavan talks about that. Purushasa parapartha bhaktya labhyastanva anyaya. This is also attained through exclusive devotion in another way. In another way. This is exclusive devotion to your Ishtadev. To the Bhagwan who is your most beloved. Now, the Bhakt, who has so much connection with that Ishtadev, has full faith, my Bhagwan will help me cross this ocean of sansar. That kind of Ananya Bhakti. My Bhagwan will help me cross. And there is so much of belief and faith in that, he doesn't need to depend on anything or anyone else in the world. Ananya, no other. No other. Then, what else? No other. No other interest in the world. No other interest. No other goal. See, this word Ananya is very important. It tells you what all single-pointedly you have to pursue. No other interest. No other goal. No other dependence. My Bhagwan and me, bas. That's all. Only one goal and only one interest, and that's all, like Mirabai. Right? No, didn't care for anything else. So what will happen if I have this kind of, and what? Not during the summer vacation only. Continuous, satatam, nityam, always, continuous, lifelong. Bhagavan says, you will attain the eternal, unmanifest, supreme Purush. What is this Purush? Some kind of explanation is given there. Yasyanta sthani bhutani. Purush is that in whom all things reside. So wherever that Bhakt looks, he sees everything is residing within Bhagwan only. The trees also Bhagwan. The reti of the land, that is also Bhagwan. The mountains also Bhagwan. Whatever, whole of nature is within this divinity. Everywhere, everything, see, look at my words, everywhere and everything is divine. So he is seeing everything as divine, compared to the Jnani who says nothing is real, only that. You see the difference? And yena sarvam idam tatam, by whom all this is pervaded. So Ishwar pervades everything. That is also there. But his bhakti is at the level of Ishwar. He is not gone to the level of Brahma. So this Ananya Bhakti of seeing Ishwar in everything is Dvait Vedanta. Duality. And Advait, that is of the Jnani. Where he says one's own self is Brahma. Now we already knew what we have to do for Jnani's merging, right? We just discussed that. Now if I want this Ananya Bhakti of the Bhakt, then what I have to do? Then total devotion, exclusive devotion, whether it is Jnani or whether it is Bhakt. Exclusive devotion is required, and that is the importance of Bhakti Yoga. It teaches you to have single-pointed devotion in one, whether it is Atma or whether it is Ishtadev. Unconditional faith. Bhagwan will come and Bhagwan will save me. And Bhagwan says it also. Come and be established in me. I will give you everything you need and I will protect you from whatever you have. Yoga Kshema. Complete surrender. No doubt, no confusion. This is the Ananya Bhakti. Total devotion, unconditional faith, complete surrender. And whole lifetime you have to spend like this. The most important thing at the end, last moment at the time of death, that same thought must be in your mind. Then you will be transported to Brahmalok. Taddham paramam mama. You will be brought to my own highest abode. Then what will happen? In Brahmalok, what will happen? Krama Mukti will start. Krama Mukti. So gradually you will start attaining that same supreme knowledge of Nirgun Brahma, which you have not got during your lifetime. And then at the time of Pralay, you will merge. So either way, yam prapya na nivartante. Having acquired this also, having acquired that first option also, you will not need to come back into the circle of birth and death. Only one is happening right here, right now. The other will take a few billion years. But it doesn't matter because you will be with Bhagwan and there will be no dukh over there. Is there a third option? There is no third option for not returning back to the world. There is no third option. But there are many other options of gatis. So that with everyone does not get moksha. Everyone does not go to Brahmalok. It's very rare, extremely rare. Then where does everyone else go? Different lokas, different Thursday. Next time. Okay? There are many options and some of those options you may not even want to know, but they exist, you know. So therefore, and this is also not in our hands at that time to choose. Nobody is going to give you a menu card. Where do you want to go? No. You will go to the place that you have earned. How to earn? With your Purusharth. So you have to decide right here, right now, what you want. That is the importance of these simple shlokas. No big gyan, but at least if it raises the question in your mind, which is the goal that I want, then it has done its job. Which is the goal I want? And I think you should decide that, right? Okay. Enough for today. We'll end with a prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityarma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Jai Gurudev.